James, CEO of O'Hara Development Partners, and we have a special for you this evening. As you know, as always, I have my partner in crime and in community development, Lindsay Pill, our Director of Community Engagement, and we have a special for you tonight. And before we get to our special guest, we're going to go ahead and hop into a couple announcements because we want to make sure that you're staying in the know. So, Lindsay, before we get started, how about we give a quick tip on financial literacy? So I know I'm about to put you slightly on the spot and popcorn you, but a quick financial literacy tip that you can give the folks.
Listen, one of my favorite tips is to do a self-reflection, right? In
Mm.
order for you to understand where you're going and how to get to your ultimate goals, you got to figure out where you are, right? So, doing that personal SWOT analysis, understanding your financial strengths, your financial weaknesses, those opportunities and threats, so that you can have that real come to Jesus moment with yourself, especially because when it comes to financial management, it's truly a lifestyle change, right? It's not something that you can do temporarily like a diet, right? It does not work. Sure, you can, temporarily save X amount of dollars to reach XYZ goal, but if you didn't really change that mindset, if you didn't really do that homework, right, to change your overall financial lifestyle, you're going to revert back to those bad financial habits that you previously had. So listen, start with that self-reflection. You will thank yourself later, I promise.
Ooh, look at that. She was ready on the spot. That's how you know she's true to this, right? So, in addition to always making sure that we are sharing with you those financial gems, we want to make sure that you are prepared this month for the activities that we have coming up, which is why we have this amazing special guest. So, as you know, April 30th, we are reopening the doors for our O'Hara Partners program. This is a program that if you are interested in learning about home ownership, you're learning about how to strengthen your credit so you can be able to be approved for home ownership and going beyond the bare minimum, might I add. Like, not just the bare minimum, but to get beyond the bare minimum. And you're also looking to move to Baltimore City. We are catering this program right now to Baltimore City specifically because this is where our company is doing a number of development projects. This is where you want to come, and we have a number of partners that will be guiding you along the way. You will not feel like you are alone. Trust me. And a good sweetener to this is two things. The first thing is, even after you're done the program, right? You get 2 years of support services, somebody that's just checking in on you, saying, hey, how's the process going? How do you feel now being a homeowner? Is there something that we can give you guidance in? Hey, did you know about such and such resource that you can probably maybe write off on your taxes, or a group that you can connect with in your area? A number of things, just helping you along the way, because there is a difference when you go from renter to homeowner. So you'll get 2 years of that. Also, you get up to $43,000 in down payment assistance. I'm going to say that one more time. Up to $43,000 in down payment assistance. And we know that this works because during our first year, we had a program participant go through the process, and he spent, I think, when it was time for him to get to the closing table, around $46. That's lunch money. Trust me, that's lunch money. I mean, as we know now, we spend more on gas at this point, right? So you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. And Baltimore is budding. It is
Yeah.
budding. And before you know it, you're going to go like this, and it's over. It's done. The opportunity is gone. And we've seen this in a number of cities. So you don't want to miss this. So let me just make sure that we clarify a couple things. You don't have to live in Baltimore City right now to participate in the program. And you definitely don't have to live in Baltimore City to attend the upcoming housing seminar on April 30th. However, if you decide to join our program, by the time that you have completed the different steps, you need to be making your way over to Charm City. Okay. So you need to make sure that you've taken care of all those things, employment and so forth, because we won't be able to assist you with the down payment assistance program if you're not already making your way here. So I have to say, we were thinking about so many ways of how we were going to bring this to the people, because if you are with me, you're kind of like, I'm zoomed out. I'm kind of, over the whole Zoom thing. It's like Zoom gloom at this point. And our amazing Miss Lindsay said, I think that we should try something different. I've been exploring something and I think we can really make this work. So, when you have amazing leaders in your organization, you just like, all right, well, you got that. Go ahead, let's figure it out. And when she came back and shared about this amazing person and their platform, I said, okay, this is worth entertaining. Let me see what this is about. So, with that being said, I'm gonna let Lindsay take it away and share with you about her experience and also introduce our guests.
Hello, 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 everyone. It is always such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Joanna. You look fabulous as always. You did a phenomenal job at explaining exactly what we do. And I think for me, what was the most special about that participant who completed the program last year was that he was a Howard alum. Brent and I marched in the band together. So he holds a very, very, very special place in my heart. And this is another example of just making a way for people to move into the city. Brent was living in DC before. And he moved into Baltimore using our program. So, listen, you do not have to currently be renting in Baltimore to make this happen. You can be anywhere. And if you're interested in moving into the city, this program is for you. We are offering wrap around services. We're partnering you with the housing counseling program with NHS Baltimore. We're pairing you with real estate agents through our partnership with Balt Wash Solutions. We're also partnering you with financial advisors. Listen, this is a one stop shop, okay? And guess what? Everybody looks like us. You know how important that is when it comes to learning how to manage your finances, taking that next step when it comes to embracing the idea of home ownership. It is so important. The services that we are delivering is coming in a very special way, in a way that you, our community, best receive. So it's always a pleasure to come on this platform and just to share with you guys a little bit about what we're doing. But like Joanna mentioned, with this year's housing counseling seminar, which is actually our first actual seminar that we'll be hosting, this will be an annual thing. We was thinking, listen, what can we do that's different? Everybody's still not as comfortable with in-person events, but also too, there are a lot of people who want to gain access to this program that are not necessarily in the Baltimore area. So we still wanted to do something virtually that would cater to people who were from anywhere, right? Up and down the East Coast. Yes, we're zoomed out. I know I am, y'all. I'm a little tired, right? And I saw a good friend of mine, Miss Bianca Jackson, who is stellar at everything she does. First of all, I didn't even know that she was in the VR space, right? Had no idea until Meta started becoming a hot topic, right? And then I happened to see that sis was a whole Pulitzer Prize winner, okay? So that means she is not new to this. She is true to this, okay? Miss Bianca Jackson of Brick Rose Exchange, which is an art gallery located right in Baltimore City near the Canton waterfront, right? But then I saw that she transformed this her in-person space, which she still has, into a virtual space. And I first encountered this space back in February at an event I was invited to. I believe it was like Black Love in the Metaverse. And I was like, hold up, what's this? I saw a press release. I was like, hold up, this is official, official. Okay. So I had to be there and I instantly became intrigued. I was like, Bianca, I need to know more. Bianca gave me a private tour and I swear I was like a kid, like, ooh, ah. I was just so excited. And I was like, listen, this is next level. Okay. So with this program, not only are we providing you an opportunity to become a homeowner, but we are also helping to close that digital gap, right? We also have to think about that within our communities, right? This is so important because if we miss this wave this time, right, it's probably not going to come back around for us to hop in, right? But listen, that's Bianca's lane. I'm going to let her hop in there. I am so, so, so excited to introduce to you all and to present to some Miss Bianca Jackson.
Whoop, whoop. But let me tell y'all something. I think I need to take y'all everywhere, put you in my pocket so you could do the intro. Was fabulous. And so, no, I want to thank you for even the opportunity to be here, right? For you to bring your seminar to Brick Rose in the virtual space. And so I'm so excited to show people what is possible beyond Zoom, Air Meet and Hop In. That's just really amazing. it's inclusive, it's engaging. I really feel like this is the future of like human socialization and bonding. And so I just want all of us to make sure like we are in on the ground level, because it's going to be so important. And like Lindsay said, there won't be another wave of this. Like, so for those of you who may have been hearing about like the internet back in the 90s, it was like, oh, what's that? You know, I'm not on it. Now you can't live without it, right? Same thing with Bitcoin. People saw it in 2009. They're like, I don't know what that is. It's not real money. I can't touch it. I don't want anything to do with it. There is a big boom 2017 that everybody who had it became millionaires and billionaires. And so we're at that stage right now. So don't miss your internet, you know, getting in on the ground floor, your Bitcoin getting in on the ground floor. And so when it comes to the metaverse, just think about is all the virtual events that you've already been doing, you can bring them inside the metaverse. And so I'm so excited. You know, the work that we do at Brick Roads, we still have the physical space. So we're doing live events, we're doing events in the metaverse. And so Joanna and Lizzie are like some of the first people to like to come on with this ride, right? And so I'm just really excited about how blown away the participants will be when they get there, because I'll never forget Lindsay's reaction. Like, she was writing me notes, she was dropping things in the environment, like she went crazy. And then she bore Joanna. Joanna was like, wow. Like, it was great. And I love seeing those reactions from people when they come in, because you know, like Lindsay said, I'm not new to this. Like, I've been in this work for about 6-7 years. And so I've run countless demos and installations, and to see how people interacted with the technology. And so onboarding is really important. Experience is really important. Making sure that people feel safe is really important. And so when you can kind of combine all that in a place like now, I'm pretty sure Lindsay and Joanna are going to always come back, right? And so it was a really enjoyable experience. The really cool thing about this, I was testing some things out just to see how long people would stay in these environments with me. I had a training class that actually stayed for 3 hours. I was blown away. Like, so when you're talking about engagement and like trying to influence people's decisions to take some type of action, no matter what type of action it is, imagine being able to capture their attention for a whole 3 hours. That's unheard of on Zoom. On Zoom, what's happening? People shut their camera off, they cooking in the background, they're, you know, braiding kids' hair, they're watching TV, they're doing all the things, right? But what I found in this environment and in these spaces, that people are actually like engaged. They want to be a part of it. They want to talk. They don't feel the pressure of always being on camera. They don't feel the pressure of always having to look a certain way. And it cuts out all the different things that you have to deal with dealing with live events. So no food, no parking, no COVID, like all those things that people could be worried about. So I'm just really excited for all the participants who have an opportunity to come to your seminar to really check it out. And they are going to be blown away by not only your information, but also the experience. So I'm ready to rock and roll at this point.
Oh, I'm so super, super excited. So let's talk about, we mentioned a little bit about the digital divide and how us doing this collaborative allows us to really hit that. From
Yeah.
your perspective, how do you see more collaborations like this hitting those numbers where more people start to feel more engaged, and it could be like, oh, I could do that too.
Yeah, no. What I think is really phenomenal about the technology and an advancement in technology, 6-7 years ago, you couldn't even get into these environments without a headset, right? And I think I have shared this with you guys, or with you ladies, I should say, that at the time the headsets were about $600. The supercomputers to run them were about 2,000. So you're easily almost looking at $3,000, almost 6 years ago, right? Now what's happening as far as like being able to include more people and really break down that divide is that there's platforms where you can get on with your computer, you can get on with your phone. And so no one's left out of the metaverse. There's no more excuses for why you're not in the metaverse. And so I think that's going to be transformational, especially for communities like Baltimore City. We saw during COVID how many school children didn't even have internet at home, right? And so that just shined a light on the haves and have nots. And so I think the advancements in technology are literally going to level the playing field for anybody. People who are holding events, people who want to actually design and develop these worlds, people who want to do marketing, people who want to create content. Like, you have no excuse now not to be in the metaverse or to be doing something with it. So my goal has always been, when I left my corporate job in 2017, was to educate us about what they were doing, what they were spending their money on, and just showing you this is the future, right? This is the future. And I want people to get in on the ground level when it comes to their careers, when it comes to their businesses, and how they connect with each other. One of the biggest problems that I ran into many, many years ago is that as I started researching and just kind of getting immersed in the environment, was that there wasn't much that looked like us. There weren't many models, there wasn't much content. Like, imagine you going to what seems to be the future and not seeing anything that looks like you. That's a problem, right? Like, I was alarmed. Like, I was really alarmed. And so when you start thinking about how Black people have contributed to history in the evolution of society, and knowing just different technological advances that especially Black women have made in the space. So shout out to Justice Jackson in the space. You start to wonder why we're not represented. And so that's why I'm here. I really feel like, one, we need to make sure we have representation in the space so that spaces and technology and anything else that comes up, we don't get left behind in it. And one other thing that I think is really important, and I think, Lindsay, we talked about this a little bit in detail, is that there's all these reports about net worth for Black people, right? 2020, 2037, 2047, whatever year it is, but it's supposed to go to zero, right? I really feel personally that technology is a way that Black people can close the wealth gap. And so, yeah, look, I'm bringing it all together, Joey. I'm bringing it all together, all together.
Yeah, come on now, keep talking, keep
I,
talking. You
but
talking
I,
heavy, keep talking.
but it's important. So, like, while it's cute, while it looks nice, while it's fun, while it's game like, right? I'm gonna need you to not play with your future. And so, if we are sitting, that was for you, Joanne, and bars. But no, I'm serious. If I'm here and there's other people in around, showing people how they can get in, don't sit and just listen to me talk. Do something. And if your something is, I'm coming to the webinar and I want to learn about the metaverse, start with a simple Google search. Metaverse plus whatever it is that you do. DJing, basket weaving. I don't know.
Hold on, Bianca. Hold on. I got to do a pause. You didn't hit a couple notes already, and I really need people to hear what you're saying, because
Okay.
this is almost like master class tips that you're giving them. Now we don't went past the whole housing seminar, and I really
Mhm.
want people that watch this in the replay, those that are watching it now, I really need you, ladies and gentlemen, to understand what she is saying. She's literally saying the gift that you do so well, the thing that makes you like, ooh, I love doing this, even if they never paid me for it, I would do it all the time. You Google that thing
Yes.
plus the word metaverse, and now you have expanded, you have scaled your business,
Yes.
because that is the future. And then you go and you click a Stripe, a PayPal link, and all the other links to that. Now you have a whole other stream of business. And we still said you still had your car parked in the garage or in the parking lot. You never had to leave your house.
We're not
You
paying
you
$5
still
a gallon for gas. Mhm.
exactly. I mean, hello, did we not see Versus the entire time? Everybody was from basically at home. So I just had to pause you there just to really make sure people were getting what you were putting down, because that was a whole word. Okay, I'm up. Go ahead.
No, I'm glad you did, because I wasn't gonna catch them up. Either they quoted or they did. Um, but like, I think it's just that simple. I just want us to stop consuming information and start creating. Stop consuming, start creating. Like, you can get inspiration, right? Nothing wrong with that, but create something. And one of the biggest problems that I see is we'll go spend money on the Jordans and the iPhones or whatever, but as soon as you tell somebody to drop some money on a Udemy course, full sell, they want to Google everything to death, YouTube everything to death, ask you a million one questions. Can I pick your brain? No. You could come to this housing workshop. That's
right.
what you could do. You could sign up for this training class in the metaverse for $99. You could do that. But I just want us to stop trying to get things that we need for free, and they're only paying for the things that we want. Like that's what we're gonna stop doing in 2022.
That's right. That's right. Listen, listen. You know, you said something, Bianca. We're going to start executing, right? Execution. Somebody told me one day, they said that our community, we're known to be information rich and execution poor.
Oh yeah.
So, listen, we have to let that go this year and beyond. We have to let it go because, like you said, Bianca, you're playing with your future if you don't. So it's time. I'm excited. I'm excited. Listen, Joanna, I don't want us to keep going without um this comment being answered, right? So my girl that I went to Howard with, she's on LinkedIn, Miss Obria Shaw. Shout out to you. She
Yeah.
said her hometown, she loved this, really great for the community. She said, so when is this moving to Philly? And you're talking to two Philly girls up here, okay?
North Philly to be exact. Let's get it right.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. So there is a lot of things that's coming down the pipeline that I'm not necessarily able to share quite yet. But in terms of housing education opportunities, they're going to be there just in general anyway. It just so happens that, we've been blessed as an organization, and, shout out to the Department of Housing Community Development in Baltimore City, that they saw purpose, they saw gift, and we're doing a lot of construction. We're doing the block renovations, right? So we are able to cater this program to Baltimore City, but that does not mean that my hometown is being left out. So we will definitely be having some things coming down the pipeline. And like I've encouraged somebody earlier today, still come. Because guess what? Credit is credit, whether you live in Baltimore or whether you live in Dallas, right? You can still learn a lot of information. It's just the ongoing information as we start the program. That's where things tend to differ. So I would still encourage you to come into the room. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then another great thing about this program is that we put you into cohorts based on your home ownership readiness, right? So if you have the savings, if you have the credit, and you are ready to buy, you're within that first cohort, right? That can potentially purchase within 3 months, right? Sometimes 3 to 6 months, just depending on the housing market at the time, right? Because we also know that that can be a challenge. But
Hmm.
also, if you're not quite ready, but you know that you are on the path to home ownership, you also, we have a place for you, right? We have a place for you, and we have training for you. You're not in this thing alone. We are literally holding your hand throughout the entire program, okay? And even what's even more special, right, is that we have a cohort that's also for entrepreneurs, because we also know that when you're an entrepreneur, the home ownership game is a little bit different, right? When you don't have that W-2, right, to submit, right? We know that that can complicate things, but we have services that are catered to you to still help you reach your goals, right? Listen, we have a place for you wherever you fall into our cohorts, no matter where you fall. We have a spot for you, and we are ready to hold your hand to make sure that you become a homeowner.
Yeah.
Let's start building equity, okay?
And you know what, as you said that word, right, that equity word, because this really ties into what Bianca was just talking about, that we really can't sleep on opportunities when it's being presented to you like this, right? Just because we don't necessarily have all the bells and whistles that makes it seem like, oh, I got to hop into it. You got to be really careful the things that you bypass because you're looking for the lit when the lit is in the room. You just got to get in the room. We are designing houses in a way and structured a program in a way that you are literally walking into equity in areas, might I add, that were greatly affected by redlining. It is literally a transfer of wealth of what was once taken from you. I don't know if you really feel what I'm gonna say it again. Like it's really a wealth transfer. We are giving back what was once taken, and we're running the programs. Y'all got to hear this information. You got to get in the room. And now we've taken it to another step because now we're also addressing the digital divide while we're actually doing this. And Bianca, you're right. Not only did some of our kids not even have access to Wi-Fi, but some of them didn't even have access to a digital device within their household to log on to Zoom or the different Blackboard systems that they use in school, or Google Suite that's basically free. once you do have Wi-Fi. So we're hitting a couple different things. And when we talk about equity, that is a decision maker between your child having to take out student loans or not. When you address equity, you start to have options. Conversations start to look real different when you have equity. And I have now a 16-year-old, and our conversation, thank God, and it was not easy to get here. Thank you to my parents that made certain sacrifices, but it was not easy to get here. But now we are able to have options of, well, you want to do a gap year? You want to go to community first? You want to roll? What are we doing? When before that wasn't even an option at all. So when you walk into a home where you're already hitting equity, you're not even coming out your pocket as much potentially for the down payment. Now you have money to start putting more into your retirement. Now you're able to start those 529 plans for your kids. It starts to open up other opportunities. And as we said earlier, that we didn't even have the option to really have those conversations at our kitchen table. It was more like, how are we getting to the next week? What bill are we not paying so we can keep the lights on and then we pay it later? And we have to address those things and not be in those worlds, anymore. I think this is going to be great. Bianca, I want to actually bring you back. I've been getting some downloads in here, and there's just some rich conversation that we need to take in these leadership positions, whatever platforms we have of influence, that we really talk about this more, because I don't want to see a lot of us fall behind. And I want to make sure that whenever that time comes, that, I myself can be able to say, like, I did my part. And I know that I really did my part, even down to me being tired. And if it was the one that got it, I know I gave my effort. But I'm pretty sure with more of us that come together in these spaces, and we're seeing the change, we're seeing the benefit, we're seeing our bank accounts change, we're seeing our lifestyles change. If we're able to do it, we know that we could bring other people along with us. So would love, love, love to bring you back.
I would love to come back because people need to hear this. We like you said, we're gonna stop consuming. We're gonna start creating because we have to. We just have to.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. So,
This is
Lindsay,
great.
before we get ready to go, let's just hit a couple of those frequently asked questions just to make sure people are not getting the program confused. So, I'm going to ask the question, Lindsay, and then you answer. Do you have to live in Baltimore to attend the housing seminar?
No, ma'am.
No, you don't. Okay. And is this program for investors?
No, ma'am. Not unless you decide to purchase a multi unit and you will occupy it as an owner.
Correct. Thank you very much. And Lindsay, once they sign up, do they need to answer the phone to talk to the counselor to be productive?
Yes, please, because we want to move you forward within this process. Okay. Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, that is some of our most frequently asked questions. Like, you have to actually, you can't just attend the seminar and just think that all these things are going to happen overnight. You do need to actively engage. So make sure that when you sign up, that you're giving accurate information. They are ready, y'all. When we had a call the other day, these ladies are ready to
Yeah.
help you. This is what they do daily. So please make sure that you're providing the best contact information. And am I missing any questions that people typically ask?
Nope, this is good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Y'all just need to
And
sign up to get in the
also,
metaverse. Just come on.
absolutely. While we also rehab our own homes, right? You don't necessarily have to purchase O'Hara homes. You can purchase any house in Baltimore. Okay. So I like to throw that out there too. And even going back to the multi unit question, right? For investors, you can purchase a property that has up to 4 units, okay, with a traditional residential mortgage. Okay. That is so important. Okay. You can take advantage of this opportunity, buy you a multi unit, and you're not even responsible for paying your mortgage. You let your tenants pay your mortgage. Let's talk about equity. Let's talk about real equity, right? Let's also talk about being an investor, already creating your investment portfolio, right? That's having one property and potentially 4 doors. That is
Mm.
major, okay? Super, super, super major. So, listen, you do not want to miss out on this opportunity. I encourage you right now to go and register for this event. Okay, we're gonna make sure that we drop the URL within the chat box.
All right. Thank you so much, Bianca, for being with us. We look forward to joining you at Brick Rose just in a couple weeks. And we look forward to having you back.
Listen, Bianca, tell them how to find you. And if they're interested, in joining this metaverse wave, how can they learn more?
Mhm.
So you could come to brickroadsexchange.org. So you can find us there. You can find us on Instagram, Brick Roads Exchange. Where else? LinkedIn under my name, Bianca J Jackson. Bianca J Jackson. I was about to give you a whole website. Bianca J Jackson. But those are the different ways that you can find us. And actually, I can drop my phone number too for the Brick Roads, 667-210-2138.
All right. Thank you so, so much. All right, everybody. You got homework to do. Go sign up, sign up, sign up, and we'll see you soon. Have a great night. Be safe.
Thank you,